Hey guys, this is Taylor 5877. I hadn't done a video in a while, and one of the reasons is that just I haven't. The video I'm doing right now is really the only significant things worth making a video about that I've gotten. I mean, I've continued to collect and purchase some retail stuff, but just hadn't had a whole lot of stuff that I feel like sending off for grading. But one thing I've had a lot of fun doing lately is buying and collecting CSG slabs, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. They're a new grader that started last year, and some people sent cards off to them and think they do a pretty good job. I mean, they started with some of the senior graders from Beckett. And that's how their system's set up too. It's similar to Beckett with the way they do the subgrades, and and at the top of their scale they have a 9.5 is gem mint, 10 is if it's has 195 subgrade is pristine, and if all four subgrades are 10, the card's considered perfect, which would supposedly equate to a Beckett black label. So and I find this with Beckett too, on the companies that do the subgrading, some of the issues and things collecting cards that can come up is when one of the subgrades is, like, especially on a gem card that's slightly that you feel is slightly overgraded. If there's 1 9 subgrade that you feel really doesn't deserve a 9, sometimes the gems that have that will be a card that just doesn't seem to belong in a gem mint slab. So I mean, that's my one critique. I mean, I collect and have cards from Beckett over the years, and now CSG as well. But let's just start out by one of the cards I got recently. It's just a Jamar Chase base Donruss. And some of what I've been purchasing is straight up junk slabs. Actually, the first several cards I'm going to go through, I would definitely consider junk slabs. But there are players that I think are significant and that I want to collect. And so you can see their label. When you see it in pictures, you don't see this shine that you can see in person. And almost everybody says they look a whole lot better in person than they do in pictures, because you're always looking at the card from front on, and you just can't see that shine. And then from basically here down on the slab, they're pretty much the best slab on the market. I mean, this thing is crystal clear. One thing I really like is you can see all the card. I mean, you can see, like, I mean, not perfectly like you're looking at the card from this angle to look at corners, but you can almost, better than any other slab, like look at all the corners and really evaluate the card in a slab. And you can see, the slab's so clear. And sorry about, I've got this sleeve on here, but you can just see all the surface on the card really easily through the slab. And it's just great. I mean, it's almost like you're just holding it with nothing. I mean, they are a really nice slab. And one thing I was going to talk about while as I go through, I am going to mention purchase prices on some of those. I've mainly been picking these up through auctions, and some of these I almost feel bad for the seller. That's one that the seller probably made, well, with the subgrades, I think that's $25 to submit that. So that's about what I paid for that one. And that's pretty much a similar price as to what I paid for this. This is on I hadn't changed out the sleeve that got mailed in, but just a Trevor Lawrence rookie. And both that Jamar Chase and this Trevor Lawrence are all at 4.95s on everything. And I'm going to talk about it if a card had something that I noticed that I felt was graded funny. It seems like the critique is that they're really hard on the surface of cards. And I've got a couple of examples that I'll go through as I go. The next card I got is no subgrade card. Kyler Murray, Illusions Retail. I mean, I think I gave a little over 20 bucks for that. I mean, I collect Kyler Murray, and it's a pretty card. Looks great in the slab, but I mainly got that to trade at local card shops trade days. All right, next card going to baseball is Luis Robert rookie debut out of Topps Chrome update. This is just a base card, and it's total. It seems like it's more junk slab, but the Topps Chrome update for baseball is a pretty limited release, being a Target only product. So there wasn't a paper version of this card, and I kind of like the rookie update cards. Now this is one, it didn't have subgrades, but there it is. I'm picking it up. The two raw cards I pulled had this too, and I didn't think the cards I had were Jim, and I submitted to SGC, is the main company I submit to when I send in personal stuff, just a slab. And I didn't send in the two copies I had because they both had this little almost turned back corner. And a lot of these I see, a lot of the copies of this card I see are like that. But that must have been one that had a 9 on the corners and 9.5 on everything else. Anyway, the next slab is Justin Herbert Select Premier Level base. It's a little off center, top to bottom. So when I was looking to buy this, which the reason I wanted this card is this is my favorite photo of his out of Select. The Premier Level just had a great photo. That's one thing I liked about Select and Chronicles, even though I know a lot of people complain about them producing too much of both of those. That was about the only rookie cards of the year that actually used action photos. So I think I gave about $45 for that, which that's probably about right now. Next card is just a PC card for me. I mean, I know he's coming back from his injury. Just a Cam Akers green mosaic. Love the green mosaics. My niece actually went to school with Cam Akers. She was several classes before him, but they went to all the football. My in-laws went to all the football games and saw him win a state championship in high school. So that kind of makes it cool knowing that there's people in my family that actually knew him. Anyway, good player. Wish him luck when he comes back, and it's amazing how fast he's come back from that Achilles. Next card is going to be the one I'm going to talk about that I think doesn't deserve to be Jim. Justin Herbert, just a retail absolute, and this is total just junk slab. But it's got an issue with the surface here on the corner. There's like you see that little, it's almost like a little fold in the surface. But it's definitely a card that I wouldn't feel that doesn't deserve at least a 9 on the surface to be able to get this. I mean, it's a little off left to right too. But that's one I definitely feel is overgraded. I think I gave less than 20 bucks for that, so that's why I own it. Herbert's a player I collect, so I mean I just saw that, and I bought that to like I said, I collect. I'm not here to invest. The main thing, but I do trade up, trade around, and mainly bought that card for trade bait at LCS trade days. The next card was one for my PC. I'm an older gentleman in my 40s, and I grew up watching Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith, the Cowboys, and the Scores is kind of his best rookie card, and this is just a slab I saw in an auction. I think I got it for a little less than 20 bucks, which I was happy with. I graded a 9. It's got a little white on this corner. Centering's a little off, but I mean, got no problem with that card being a 9. I was happy with that purchase. The next one is one I probably paid the closest to overpaying / market price, but it's a card I kind of always wanted. I opened some of these packs as a kid. Man, when you opened a pack of SP, you thought you were excited because that was like the set back in the early 90s when it came out. Just pretty foil. And I bought this card after I had several other CSG slabs. I think I gave I think the purchase price was 26 and about $30 after the shipping and tax, which was about what PSA 9 comps go for. But I really like these clear cases, and this was going to be a card that just presents well in the case. I mean, you can really see the shine on this SP. And the card itself, a little white on the back of this corner, but looked great overall. Next card is a Derek Thomas score rookie. I had a couple of these raw myself, but both copies I have don't look good. And my username is Taylor5877, and the numbers are my high school football numbers. And I played in the late 90s, and the 58 comes from this guy. Love watching him play. And just one of my favorite defenders to watch as I was growing up. Great player. And this one, I don't know if that left to right is worth a 9.5. When I bought it anyway, I mean, you kind of bought the slab, but the rest of the card is great. There's a little smidge of white on this corner. So, don't know if that deserves to be in a 9.5 slab. I think I gave like $35 for that. So, I mean, still a really nice copy of this, and I'm happy with that purchase. That's totally PC card. Next card is a Jeff Bagwell Upper Deck rookie. Great player. I live just north of the Houston area, so follow the Astros some. I'm not a huge baseball guy. Watched him a good bit growing up with, Bagwell, BGO. I mean, they're definitely heroes in Houston, but I didn't have a Bagwell rookie. And this auction was ending one night, and I think I got that for about $17 shipped. So I was happy with that purchase. And here's another rookie I got. I didn't have an Ohtani rookie. Bought that recently. This is the update #1. I know he's got a rookie in Series 2 as well. But this one actually had all the subgrades. But just caught that on an auction. I think I paid a little under $40 for that. And then I had a Topps Chrome update Tatis rookie. I didn't have a Tatis. I say that back. I didn't have a Tatis slab. I've got got one of the Series 2, but I mean it's going to grade about an 8.5. But saw this guy ending one day, and picked it up. I think for a little over $10 shipped. I mean that's why I own that card. But like I said on the Luis Robert, these Chrome updates are kind of sneaky low pop. Not crazy, but they're not overproduced as the Topps paper and the Topps Chrome can be. Next card's a Jalen Hurts Elite rookie, and this is the aspirations out of 99. And I think this is a good-looking card. I think Elite's kind of just an underrated set for the base rookies and some of these parallels. I mean, the base rookies are, I think, they were $6.99 and at $8.99, and I think there were some $9.99s. But even that, it sounds like a lot. But for that to be the base rookie, that's not that many. I mean, you wouldn't want to know how many Prism base rookies, Optic base rookies. I mean, you're probably talking, they probably produced 100,000 or more of those. So for these to be numbered, and this is the 2020, so they didn't get the NFL unis like they did in some of the earlier years of Elite. That was the couple years before that. This was one of the first that came out with the NFL unis. Does has the team, and this is the red parallel, so it looks really good with the Sooner uniform. I mean, I'm a Texas A&M Aggie, so Oklahoma. I really prefer a picture of Jalen in his Alabama uni. That's kind of how I remember him in college. But that one's a 9. Had a little white on this corner. The front of the card looks great. I mean, it looks great in the slab. Really happy with that purchase. I think I got that for a little less than $20. And the next card was a Kyler Heroes red parallel. This is out of $2.99. Almost every one of these I come across is centered high, and that's exactly. I had 2 raw ones that looked just like this, and saw this auction ending. I think I picked it up for about 30 bucks, which is about what the raw ones were going for at the time. And this 9, I mean, it's a mint plus technically, but it looked the same as the copies, the best copy I had. So I mean, basically, I saved the money to grade it and sold off the raw copies I had. But next card is a Dak Prescott Donruss rookie, another one that kind of fits in the junk slab. But I didn't really have a Dak. I really liked the way they used to do these Donruss pictures when they had the rookie premieres and the profile. The 16 and 17 just have some iconic photos. Love the photos on those 2 years. But just sat around and saw that ending on an auction. I think I picked it up for like 40 bucks shipped. But it was the only Dak rookie I had. And I saw him play a couple times in college. So I actually went to Mississippi State for a couple of games, and then I saw him play when he played A&M. I was at that game. But that's one. The grading looked accurate on that. That was perfectly centered card, and I didn't see any issues. And the next card's a Julio Jones Topps, another one that kind of fits in the junk slab, but great receiver, good looking card, nice slab. And I mean, I basically got that card for about what it goes for raw plus the $12 grading fee. And a lot of these cards, I mean, I kind of think to myself, it was like, if the card costs less than raw plus the grading fee, for some of the grades, for getting at least a 9, I mean, I look at it as, would I pay $12 plus that raw price to have this in a slab? Heck yeah. That's the same with this J.J. Watt. It's off a little bit left to right, but I mean, when you look at it in landscape, honestly, top to bottom on landscape cards doesn't bother me that much. So, good looking card, funny. Oh, it's a funny photo. I feel bad about the Topps Chrome version of that. Now we're going to get into some numbered stuff and some better, what I'll call better cards. The first one was a Chase Young signature auto out of Prism Black out of Chronicles. Oh man, I love this card. I mean, he got hurt, but he's a great player. Should come back strong. I mean, Bosa's come back and had a pretty good year. And so hopefully he can as well. But when I buy a card in a 9, I know if I look at it closely, something's going to bug me. But most of the time versus raw, I know that something that comes in a 9 slab, it shouldn't have anything that really bugs you. And that's the truth with this card. And it's just nice to have the team match parallel, numbered to 99. I mean, it's a 9 because of this corner, and there's a little issue with the border right there. But great card. I think I got that for around $40 shipped. And the next card is another one I really like. It's the blue parallel for the playoff momentum out of Chronicles. Justin Jefferson rookie, graded gem mint, which is why I would buy a gem mint slab of this. Other than the price, I mean, I think I got it for around $26 total. But, I mean, he's a great player. And to get a numbered card, numbered rookie in gem mint condition for that, I mean, I'm ecstatic. But I like these acetate cards. This wasn't one of the more popular acetate cards out of Chronicles. The clearly rated rookies from Donruss are kind of the ones people like. But still a nice looking card. I mean, it's just got a little blue foil but so many of these came with print lines on the front or something on the back. And I know if this is in a gem mint slab, it probably doesn't have anything that bugs me. And I looked this one over pretty good. And yeah, it's nice. But what's sad about Panini, I'll just show you. This is one of the cards from the series this brought back. And I mean, just look at this card from 99 playoff, the Kurt Warner rookie, the Momentum SSD. And this isn't even a parallel. there's just no comparison to how much heart went into the cards. I mean, look on the back. I mean, it's all this has is a card number and there's name and the logos and Panini, and the card from '99 has much more information about the player. It's got his first year stats even. I mean, I don't know. I still like the Justin Jefferson, but it's crazy how much more heart used to go into some of these. And the next card is a select Joe Burrow field level. God, I got this for a song. I think I paid a little over $40 shipped for this. Which the centering, I mean, it's off to the right. There's no question. There's no question this is a men gym that's off on centering. But I mean, it's not something you look at the way these cards are made. Unless it's like completely miscut, you don't look at these cards and see that centering. So it really doesn't bug me. Love this picture. Like I said, this is I think this is the second game of the season last year when they played the Chargers. But these select field levels, yeah, they came out with retail, but they still produce so much fewer of these than like Prism and Optic base rookies. And you can still get these for less than Prism, which is just, I mean, good for collectors. Because, I mean, I love some of these select photos and the card designs. All right, I'm gonna end the video with a couple of nice Justin Herberts that I've gotten. And the first one is out of Chronicles. It's the purple parallel. And this is numbered out of 49. It's got purple foil. I mean, the base Chronicles is not everyone's favorite design, and I get that. A little off left to right, which, I mean, yeah, it's maybe men gym. It's now that I look at it through the camera, it's really not as bad as I remember it. But I mean, I think I got this for around $50 after shipping and tax. And I mean, I just think as like, would I pay $35 plus the 12 to get it graded and to know I have a gym? Hell yeah, I would. I mean, yeah, it's not the most desirable numbered card, but I mean, it beats the crap out of the stuff that's just you can't say that a number to 49 parallel in Chronicles was produced too much. I mean, I know they put out a bunch of parallels nowadays and they add up to the thousands. But that was just a cool one to see in. I'm happy to have that. All right, and the last card, one of my favorite Herbert rookies. Like I said, I think Elite's underrated. I mean, I know this is the Chronicles version that actually put him in their NFL uni. And not the greatest picture of Herbert. I mean, it is an action shot. And definitely, of course, not one of the better uniform pictures, matches with a red parallel. But subgrade card, 10 centering, edges, surface 10s, and the 9.5 on the corners. And I looked it over pretty good, and I couldn't really see any issue whatsoever. Of course, you'd expect that on a pristine, but I mean, looking over the card and the slab, I was real happy with the condition of that one. And that's one of my favorite Herberts. I think I gave around $135 for that, so was definitely happy to pick that up. So anyway, just wanted to go through kind of a collector's perspective of CSG as far as buying their slabs. I mean, I'm going to continue to every day I look through the CSG slabs that are ending to see if there's a card I want, because when these things go on auction, man, they can go cheap. And I think the quality of their grading is just as good as anybody else's. I mean, sure, the subgrade system and some of the cards they produce can be a little different. I mean, I definitely think there's some gem cards that if they got sent to PSA, SGC, that aren't gonna subgrade. I think they'd likely be a grade. I think they'd be some SGC 9.5s and PSA 9s. But I mean, overall, I mean, you kind of you take Beckett, that there's going to be some cards like that. But I mean, in the past, Beckett used to be real tough, and surface was one of the things they were really tough on. But I say that that there's some cards that shouldn't be this and that, but I've definitely submitted some cards to SGC that had small, usually factory surface issues that got a pass and were gem mint through it. I mean, there's things like a millimeter piece of production material that gets stuck in the gloss. A couple of little things like that that weren't in the that weren't in the focus of the card. I've seen stuff like that get gem mints from SGC in my subs. So I mean, to say that the other companies don't let some of that stuff slide wouldn't be true. So I mean, I think their slab is. I mean, I got to say it's the cards look the best in their slabs. And yeah, you can criticize the label because it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't look good when the card's straight on and you can't see that shine. But I mean, when you see them in person, I mean, to say their label, and I'll just show some slabs. To say their label looks worse than Beckett's or a modern PSA label, and all of these labels, the CSG2, you don't really see it in the picture, but if you look at it real close, you can see the watermark over their logo, and I think that looks really classy when you see it in person. I mean, PSA's kind of got the fingerprint lines for the micro print. And Beckett's kind of the one that really doesn't have something like this. I mean, even an SGC slab has, these look solid white sometimes in pictures, but when you look at them in person, you see that micro print. And SGC is another one where I think their label looks better in person. I mean, it's kind of Beckett's slab would look the easiest to reproduce and kind of plain. But I mean, I like the overall product they're putting out. Now, would I submit cards to them, especially considering some of the prices I'm paying on these? I don't think so. Right now, I mean, even the $12 per card bulk submission, it's got to be at least 50 cards. The cheapest you can send a card without a minimum is $20 when that's for no subgrades. And then I think it's around $10 to add the subgrades to any level. So you're looking if you wanted to submit your cards to them, it's around $30 a card for the subgrades if you don't send them in bulk. But I definitely enjoy the cards that I've bought, and I'm real happy with the product, and I'll continue to buy them. But their resale is lagging, but I think they're going to be an up and comer. I mean, they got a big company behind them, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon, which is one of the reasons that I'm happy to have some cards of guys I collect, and I wanted some nice cards of them. I'm super happy with definitely all the cards I've purchased. So anyway, that's about all I had. I appreciate you if you watched to the end of this video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.